Welcome to episode number 12 of the Fit Traveler video blog. It's the week leading up to Christmas. Everybody's kind of doing last minute preparation. Maybe some people are already traveling. And for a lot of us, Christmas time is our favorite time of the year. For others, not so much, and that's okay. But one thing that is for sure for just about all of us is that we're out of our routine. If you are a business traveler, maybe you're not traveling over the next couple of weeks, which sounds great, but that just means you're not traveling for business over the next couple of weeks. You may be still traveling, and this travel is a whole lot different. You got kids in tow, you're going to in-laws' houses, you're staying in a hotel. It's not always as easy, and sometimes that travel, but even though is very enjoyable, is more difficult than the business travel that you're used to. So even though you're not technically traveling these next couple of weeks, maybe you still are. We're all out of our routine. We are traveling, we're staying in a hotel, we're staying at relatives' houses, we've got relatives staying at our houses. There's no scheduled lunches, you're just eating at odd times, there's snacks everywhere. Your workout routine is off. It's just routine is totally crazy these days. There's really no such thing for the couple of weeks. So how do we make it from now through, say, January 2nd without totally blowing our diet or totally getting out of our routine that we worked so hard to build? I know so many of you work throughout the year, and maybe you're in a really good spot. You enter the holidays in a really good spot, and you don't want to go backwards, and you don't want to get out of your good habits. Maybe some of you are saying, I want to start new habits. I want to start this new lifestyle come after the holidays. I would suggest now. Why not start now? I think now's a better time than January. So let me just encourage you to get started now. So I'm going to give 3 tips to you over these next 2 weeks, not lose your routine, how to feel at home, how to feel in your routine and feel somewhat fit over the next 2 weeks. So here we go. Here's 3 tips. The first tip is keep your normal workout schedule. So however many days or whatever days you work out each week, keep that. If you work out 3 days a week, then you're not going to have a problem, okay? If you're Monday, Wednesday, Friday, well, Christmas Day and New Year's Day are both on Monday. We're going to assume you're not working out on those 2 days, so you need to swap Monday for a different day, but still get 3 days that week. If you go 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, it's a little bit more challenging, but you just got to plan ahead, which is not a big issue. So if you work out that amount of times, let's just count out Mondays, okay? Christmas Day, New Year's Day, out. So now take one of your 2 days off or your 3 days off and make that Monday. So it's going to take some planning ahead. You got to look at that calendar and say, okay, normally I have Sunday off, but I know I'm going to take Monday off, so I'm going to work out Sunday in its place. So that means Christmas Eve. Gyms are going to be open on Christmas Eve. Some of them close in the afternoon, but most of them are closed on Christmas Day. I know that there's a few that are open. So just plan ahead. If you keep your workout days or your number of days over these next 2 weeks, don't budge on a day. Okay, now you're not at home, you're at traveling. You may be traveling. A lot of your gym memberships should give you access to gyms in whatever city you're traveling to, and I hope that it does. And if it doesn't, I would love to suggest how it can. So hopefully you can make it to a gym in the city that you're traveling to and stay in your routine at 100%. Maybe you're traveling, maybe your gym membership doesn't give you access nationally. Maybe you're traveling to a city that doesn't have a lot of gyms. Maybe who knows what you're doing. But if you're in a place that you can't get to the gym, still get an exercise that day that would normally be your workout day. It may be just grabbing a bike and going for a bike ride. Go for a run. You can do that in a lot of places that you're at. Some places it's too cold to go for a run, so find a place to just do push-ups and sit-ups. There's no excuse to not find a place to do a workout. Now you may turn what's normally an hour of very intense workout, maybe it's 30 minutes less intense. It's okay. You're gonna have to sacrifice a little bit, but still stay in your routine. So that's tip number 1. Keep your weekly routine workout days the same, meaning number of days, knowing that you're not going to work out on those 2 days. Rule number 2 is whatever eating rules that you're applying over Christmas and New Year's, keep it specifically to Christmas and New Year's. So what I mean by that is if you watched my blog over Thanksgiving, I treat Christmas the same way. for Christmas Day, for me, there are no rules. I'm going to eat whatever I want. That's actually the only day each week that I allow myself to eat donuts. So I start out Christmas morning every year by eating more donuts than one person should ever eat in a day or in a month. And so Christmas Day, I go crazy, but I keep it strict to Christmas Day. So that's what I'm going to suggest to you as tip number 2. Whatever you want to do on Christmas Day, whether it's enjoy all the foods or just have one cheat meal or an entire cheat day, whatever, keep it to that day and do that the same on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, many of us are going to attend some sort of party or get together. You're going to be with friends. Just, enjoy the time. Enjoy the food, enjoy the time, whatever you want to do. But I would suggest that over a few cheat meals throughout this 2 week, because that's harder to control. It's going to get a little bit out of hand, or it could, as opposed to keep all that cheating to Christmas Day and New Year's Eve would be probably the second one. So that's tip number 2. Keep your cheat days on those days. Don't budge. It's going to sound crazy. It's going to sound very difficult. I promise if you just make the decision, you're going to be able to do it. It's not going to be too difficult. Tip number 3 is snack smart. Now, snacking in general terms, when you're talking about being on a healthy diet, there's not a lot of snacking anyway, but it's Christmas time. There's snacks everywhere. There's get-togethers all the time, Christmas parties. There's going to be snacks. It's not realistic to say don't snack. What I'm saying is snack smart. I love baked goods at Christmas time, and they're all over the place. Last night, neighbors brought over cake balls. Thank you to the neighbors. I love that they do that. Our family loves them. This morning I walk into the office and there's a big platter of cookies. It's Christmas time. It happens. Don't snack on those things. Avoid them. Set yourself a rule and you'll be able to follow it. Again, you'll be able to enjoy those things on Christmas Day and on New Year's Eve. Now, I don't expect you to not snack, so just try to find the veggie tray and the fruit tray, and be careful around the dips that comes with those, because an apple's good for you, but not if you cover it in caramel. Just be smart in snacking. One thing that I do is when I'm going to some sort of get-together that I know there's going to be snacks, I eat my own version of snacks before I get there, maybe a meal, so that when I get there, I'm not on an empty stomach and I just want to eat everything. That sets you up for failure there. So try to prepare as you're going into these places. So those are my 3 tips to stay somewhat feeling like you have a routine, somewhat feeling like you stay fit. I promise at the end of each day, if you didn't just go after all the cookies that were at your office or eat everything that you want, you're gonna feel better going to bed that night. You're gonna feel like you've got you're in a fitter place. So keep up the workouts and eat smart, and most importantly, enjoy your Christmas, enjoy the family, enjoy the holiday. It's such a cool time for everybody. We're going to be, I'll be back next week for some tips between Christmas and New Year's, but don't worry about me. Enjoy your family. Thank you guys for following. Continue to get updates from us at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Fit1440. The network is launching January 1, so we're running crazy here and so excited. I hope you guys will continue to follow us. Thank you and have a Merry, Merry Christmas.